All right, so in this video, I'm going to take you guys inside of the Rappreneur Academy and break down how to market your music and create content for 2026 if you're an independent rapper. Check it out.
My only other question then, or I guess what we should focus on then, is making what content should I make to get people here? And the goal is basically to direct DM people and be like, here, I would like your support. Here's the sales page. What should I say to people that I DM? I guess it's acquiring the customer or the lead that I have more questions about now.
Yeah. As far as the type of content that you want to make, I'm sure you already have like a good understanding of like what the content that's working for most artists, you know what I'm saying? Like content of you performing your music, you know, you got the hang and drop videos, your interviews, basically you just kind of like speaking to your fans, you kind of doing like the creative content elements, almost like he's really big artist on TikTok. He'll like spin the globe in whatever city his finger lands on.
Connor Price?
Yeah, Connor Price. Yeah. So, you know, that type style stuff. But I think the main thing though is like, you just want to make sure you know where you're going to be sending them to for the next step. You know what I'm saying? I think more so what you're saying, if you're trying to get people to your landing page, or if you're trying to get people to like click on a link or take a certain action, you just got to tell them the action to take in the content. Even if it's like, say, a video that at first it was just like a normal, let's say like a Connor Price type video. But at the end of that video, you can make a clip at the end just saying, hey, to support, go to my Leo or click add this keyword, or however you want to get people to click the link in the bio or take whatever action. You know, so I think the biggest thing is just making sure people know what step to take next. Now, if you're gonna be DMing people, I think you just need to come up with a good script that you can follow, because it's gonna be a numbers game. You're definitely gonna be like, you know, shooting your shot multiple times at multiple people, and a small percentage of them will accept. So the normal rate is about 3% of people. So if you message 100 people, you could pretty much expect 3 people. Now that's industry standard, you know, it's kind of based on your offer, your market. But I think with what you're doing with your story, and when what's going to happen is when you DM people and you tell them, hey, I'm asking for support for my music, they're probably going to go check out your page. So they're probably going to go look on your Instagram to see if you're consistent, if you've been posting, like if you're even really doing music, like, you know, just to kind of like do and they do it on most businesses. It's like a normal thing. A lot of people go check the reviews, go check the YouTube to see what other people are saying about this product. So they're going to go and do, it might be 10 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute of them just kind of looking through your content, but they just want to see is there activity there? Is he a serious artist? So it doesn't really matter like a special kind of content that you need to make. You just need to be showing up.
Real quick, if you like what you see inside this video and you want more content like this, maybe have a talk with me one-on-one, join the Rappreneur Academy inside the community. Go to independentrappers.com. It's free to join. Check it out. Now back to the video.
For the most part. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, show your videos, show your interviews, show, you know, whatever kind of content is easiest for you to stay consistent with. You know, that's the main thing. And just make sure people know what the next step is. And it's plenty of strategies around that. Like Alex Hormozy believes in no call to actions in your organic content. The call to action goes into your paid content. So if you run ads, that's where you make your ask. And that's kind of his strategy. Everything at organic is free. Maybe a lead magnet here or there, but most of everything's free. Everything's no call to action, stuff like that. Now that's one strategy. On the other end, I feel like if you're a little bit more aggressive and more so like you want to get people to take action, then I would implement more call to actions. But I think a good way to look at it is just thinking about like radio stations or like TV stations, TV networks. They give, I'm sure it's like super calculated and studied, but they give a percentage of content and then a small percentage of ads, and then they'll give another percentage of content, and then they'll give a small percentage of ads. So I kind of think about it like that. I think the ratio is like basically like 75-25, but it's a little bit more technical than that. But essentially every 3 pieces of content, then 1 piece of content, you put a call to action. But yeah, I wouldn't think too deep on the content as much as I would showing up and just make sure something's being put out there. Because what that's going to do is, at least in the beginning, you'll be able to get data. If you post 100 pieces of content, you might have 2 outliers that just stand out more than the other 98. You know, and you can say, okay, for some reason these 2 pieces of content worked really well. I'm going to start diving deeper into this type of content. You know, then I'll take that 1 piece of content and I'll do varieties of that content, a different version of it, a different color background, like anything that's kind of just switch it up, but stay in that same framework. And you just keep doing that until you dial in the perfect fucking viral type content. That's what I believe from people study, people that I've seen. It's the same with ads, basically. Like the ad strategy is to just like keep testing until you get an outlier, and then you put that outlier in like a separate kind of campaign, and then you keep doing that sequence until you got a bunch of outliers in one campaign, and then you find the outliers of the outliers. And you just keep kind of running that testing phase until you get like a perfect running like system.
All right, that's it for this video. If you like what you're seeing, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. It'll really support the channel. And be sure to check out the next video to get more tips like this.